Okay, so we don't need these things. I'm gonna chuck these. Boom, boom. All right, so let's get started. Um, we can move some stuff in. Yeah, let's move our background in. So copy. I'm gonna select that. Control C. I'm gonna put this guy in here. And you can see like, it's huge. Okay? And you might be thinking, does this need to be a smart object? It could be. All right. I'm okay if it's not. Not everything has to be a smart object now, but maybe it becomes one. I don't know. But I'm just gonna scale it down because basically I'm not gonna move it that much. And I'm just gonna scale it down till I get good coverage. Something like that. That's fine. And I'm never gonna make it bigger. So if it does become a smart object at some point, we'll do that. But I'm okay throwing away that information at this point. So I'm going to hit OK. All right. And now we're going to get to the first, like, fun part, I think. Now, here's this guy. Okay. He is not to be trusted. But we need to use him and we need to bring him in. Now, I took this photo a long time ago. And I did it quick. So what's the problem with this? I could have spent more time. Oh, that's cool. Creative Cloud jumping in here. I could have spent more time photographing him, like better lighting, better background. Okay, if I try to use my object selection tool, I don't think it's gonna work. And we can try it, but you know, I don't know. I'm not too crazy about that idea. What we're going to do with him today is actually use a pen tool to grab him. And you're probably going to hate the pen tool, but I just want you to try it out and, see what happens. With these collages that we're going to be making, like where we're kind of finding stuff and putting in, your best work is going to be with the camera prior to starting the project. Okay? Photoshop's like, if I want to make him like, I don't know, jumping, or it's just, you're better off like spending more time with the camera. And I'll show you, what am I talking about? If I open, and again, not like this is like the best picture in the world. I think I have, desktop, I have a picture of a penguin that's pretty good. And I don't see it. Where'd it go? Penguin, penguin, penguin. Should be right there, but I just moved it. I don't know why I don't see it. Okay, whatever. I'll show you the penguin later. All right, so let's move him in because he is what we're going to use. So I'm just going to grab around him. I don't need the whole photo. So please move him over first, and then we're going to do our work on him in this file. Whoa, and he's huge. Okay, I'm going to make him a little bit smaller now. He is going to become a smart object, so don't make him too small, but I'm okay getting rid of this much information. Because I want him like around there. Again, we're going to make him a smart object though, so let's do it. Okay, so I'll make him that big. And he's my smart object because he's like my collage piece where I don't know how big he should be. I have an idea in my head, but let's just go ahead and make him a smart object. Okay. Now, I'm going to make him actually a little bit smaller here because I want to use my pen tool. Okay. So I'm going to use my pen tool to make a selection and to, make a selection. All right, but let's talk about the pen tool. I'm going to actually turn these layers off. So a pen tool is down here. It looks like an old-timey pen. And basically what it does, it can make a path, and it has these little anchor points with handles. And that's like where usually like people get sick of the pen. I use it a lot though, and there's actually a ton in here. Okay, so we just want the plain old pen. And a good practice for the pen tool is just to try to make a circle. Okay, so with everything off, I don't care about anything. We can just work like right here on the background. See, the pen tool like doesn't need a layer to like work on. So like my layer 2 is selected, but like it's gonna let me do stuff. And the reason being is that like it's not like you're drawing with a pen, you're making a path. Okay, so it doesn't really make a mark. You have to then take that path and turn it into something. Okay, so a path on its own is kind of nothing. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So again, to practice with the pen, we're going to make a circle. And that'll kind of give you the kind of an idea of how it works. So I'm going to click at 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to go down to about 3. And I'm going to I'm going to click and then hold it. All right, so click and hold, and that'll bring out my anchor points or my handlebar to kind of manipulate the line. So I'm going to click and hold, don't let go, and then pull. All right, now I can make a curve. Okay, I can manipulate the curve after, but when you're just kind of working with the pen, it's easier to manipulate it just as you're going. So I'm going to let go. Now, the important thing about the pen tool is this tail here. I got to cut that off, or if I click down here, it'll just duplicate this, and I'll show you what I mean. Which you could think is like okay, but it's not. All right, and I'm gonna just go back. So to cut it off, what I need to do is hold down the Alt and click on my point that I put down. Just trim the tail. All right, and I'm gonna go down here, hold. Now I'm gonna click on Alt and click on my point. Trim the tail. And I'm making a horrible circle. Hold down Alt, click on there, and then there we go. Now I have a path. Now I can do stuff with that path. Okay? And again, if I were to print, see, I can actually add points. So I want to add a point here. There's a new point. Now, how do you move these after the fact? Okay, I have to go down here to my path selection tool, and that's the other one, sorry, direct selection. Sorry, the direct selection, I always get those confused. Now my direct selection tool, I can manipulate it after the fact. And I can click on any of these points and do that. Now I've not made a good circle. But the most important thing is as you work, you cut that tail off. So hold down Alt and then click on, made a little palette. Click on the original point. So now, last thing about paths, and then we're going to get into making our selection around the sock monkey, is you just need the paths like little window open. So if I click on paths, it's actually over here. Now I have my path. That's my little work path. Okay. Oh, look here. I can make it a selection. I can stroke it. I can fill the path with a foreground color, like so I can make it into a shape. It's telling me no for these because I need a layer open to do something with it. All right, so if I were to make a new layer, now I'm like, oh, okay, I can fill it. And then I can get this shape. So I just clicked over here and then the path went away. Click on there, path should come back. Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. Huh. Anyways, we're going to chuck that one. Yes. Okay, so next video we're going to be making a selection with the monkey. Okay, we're going to go around. And it's actually pretty easy because he's got all these curves. And if you want to skip the hair, that's fine. Okay, monkey's coming.